So I started this channel March 2nd, 2015, months before Dragon Ball Super began. And the original intention for the channel was that it was going to be a Dragon Ball, Star Wars, and Marvel channel before I even knew Super was coming. But as time went by and as the channel grew, I decided to really focus a lot of my energy, not all of it, but a lot of it, on Dragon Ball Super and anime, and I moved my Star Wars and Marvel and other stuff, other movie coverage, over to my second channel, World of Geekdom. So this channel is intended to be a Dragon Ball centric channel with some other anime as well, like One Punch Man and things of that nature. But now, unfortunately, Dragon Ball Super is no longer on the air, at least for the time being, but there's a good chance it will return. So, what will happen to Geekdom101, to this channel, without weekly Dragon Ball Super anime coverage? Well, that's what this video is about. Let's talk about the future of the channel, at least for the next year or two, because one of the things about Dragon Ball Super ending is that it does suck that I'm not able to talk about this series every weekend and do discussions on it like we used to do and reviews and whatnot, but there's still so much to talk about when it comes to Super, when it comes to Dragon Ball as a whole, and this channel will continue that tradition of trying to provide the most accurate information possible and maybe entertain you and make your day feel a lot better. So with this said, I want to start over again. If you're out there and you've been disenfranchised with my content or with me as a person, come back, let's start over again and start fresh again and look into the future of Dragon Ball, because we are a community and we should stick together and come together for the greater good. I recently hit 500,000 subscribers, and I thank all of you so much for being a part of the Geek Army, whether you started back in 2015 or just found me recently. So what is going to happen with the channel? What plans do I have? Well, one of the good things about Super ending is that I've had an entire catalog of video topics covering everything from Dragon Ball Z, GT, Heroes, video game stuff, and even Super. Tons of topics that I've had to put on the back burner because I've been covering Dragon Ball Super week to week. Now that Super's off the air week to week, I can finally delve into some of these topics that I think are fascinating and go into some of the history of Dragon Ball. So like the history of GT and history of AF videos, you can expect a lot of stuff like that coming to the channel. So get ready, because I'm about to hit you with some big announcements of what's to come. First and foremost, Dragon Ball Super coverage will continue, whether it be V-Jump scans, information coming out about the Dragon Ball Super movie, anything that comes out about the film, I will be covering on the channel. And when the series does come back, we'll be covering the build-up to that, as well as the series coming back, and the manga every month in V-Jump. That's not going to change. I have a new podcast series now that just started called After Dragon Ball Super, where myself and a guest will come together and discuss some of the unresolved plot threads from the show. In addition to that, I want to announce another brand new podcast series coming to the channel called The Music of Dragon Ball, where me and Z Hallams are going to come together and discuss the music of Dragon Ball. We're talking about all the composers, Kikuchi, Falconer, Sumitomo. We're going to compare and contrast, talk about video game music, and we're going to have tons of awesome fan interactions with all of you, talking about your favorite music and what you liked and great moments audibly from the Dragon Ball series. So look forward to that coming very soon to the channel. Plus, this summer, I have a huge project that I've had 3 years in the making, planned out, finally coming to fruition, which I'm not going to reveal in this video, but I promise you it's something that's never been done before, ever. At least not quite like this, and that's coming up later on this summer. Now, when it comes to short term, very soon, I want to, with this video, announce, yes, folks, the return, icons of the Dragon Ball community. This is the biggest phase of them all. I have had, up until this point, authors, webmasters, I've had an NFL freaking superstar, I've had 4 voice actors who have been the voices of your childhood, and coming up with the next phase, we got 4 more. We've talked to Mike McFarlane, Chris Sabat, Chris Rager, Brian Drummond. This may be the biggest singular all-star cast of legends we've ever had here on Geekdom 101. So, it's all gonna begin in April 9th, 2018, I will be joined by the voice of Chi-Chi and Botan from Yu Yu Hakusho, Please welcome Cynthia Kranz to the Icon series. We're going to be talking about both Dragon Ball and we're going to be talking about Yu Yu Hakusho and other anime she's done her entire career. Really inspirational stuff if you want to be a voice actor. Then, April 16th, 2 days after my birthday, folks, the man who I grew up with as the voice of Goku before Sean Schemmel, that's right, Peter Kalamis himself, Goku from the Ocean dub. We're going to be discussing the original Ocean dub and, of course, the original 3 English dub movies from Pioneer that everybody from back in the day loved. We're going to talk about that. Plus, we're going to clear up a lot of misconceptions about his involvement with Dragon Ball later on in his career and what it was like to do it back then. Before the in-house Funimation crew, there was Peter Kalamis alongside Brian Drummond, who I've already talked to on this channel before. So look forward to that, because you'll find out a lot about the mid to early 90s dubs. Plus, this man was on so many classic television shows, and he's also a stand-up comedian, and he's also an actor, like a TV and movie actor. He was in Happy Gilmore. This man was in Happy Gilmore. We're going to talk all about being a trifecta. Stand up on stage, voice acting and acting. You're going to want to really hear this, especially if you want to get into the business, because there's a lot of good stuff. Then, April 23rd, we have a guy who really needs no introduction, folks. Jason Douglas. Not only is he the voice of God of Destruction Beerus, one of our favorite characters of the modern Dragon Ball era, he's also Tobin from Walking Dead. He's done tons of other anime. Dude has a resume that is incredible, and we're going to talk about Walking Dead, Dragon Ball, playing Beerus. You are not going to believe this interview. I got this dude, one of the guys, one of the stars of 2 of the biggest shows of this era, Super and Walking Dead, here on Geekdom101. Then, finally, April 30th, one of my all-time favorite interviews of all time with a person who I have so much love and respect for, a real sweetheart, folks. Monica Rial will be here, the voice of Bulma. You are going to love this interview. She is one of the warmest and kindest people on earth, and we got into so many things. We talked about directing, we talked about translations, how to do a good dub script, how she got into Dragon Ball. We actually spoke Spanish together on this interview. I cannot wait for you to check this out. April 30th. That's coming up in April on the channel. Plus, guess what else? All of your favorite series that I hope you love from Geekdom101 are going to stay. Geekdom Quickies, new episodes coming out of that. There's going to be a new series focused on transformations, going into detail on that. The strongest in Dragon Ball, we can finally cover the tougher guys like Beerus, Hit, Jiren. I will do videos talking about their feats and whatnot on this channel. Really enjoy that. I hope you do anyways. And, of course, Dragon Ball In Depth will continue, and Dragon Ball Mythbusters will also continue. So all those fake lies and rumors that you hear or you have heard for many years, we're debunking them, and there's so much more that I can't even tell you about yet because it's in the pre-planning stages, but there will always be content here on Geekdom101. Now, as far as other anime goes, leave a comment down below and let me know if there are other anime you want to cover. Should we get One Punch Man Season 2, I'll definitely be covering that, and I'm considering covering My Hero Academia. You have to let me know if you think I should. I know a lot of folks are going to be covering it, and I don't want to be like everybody else. I really don't. I've tried to be different, but if you want it, I'll give it to you. Plus, don't forget we have KamehaCon coming up in May. I'll be hosting that event, and we have so many amazing panels that are planned for that event. I'll be giving y'all an update on that very, very soon. Just a crazy, crazy time now to be a Dragon Ball fan with so much more content coming out from this channel. Plus, like I said, movie coverage, manga coverage, that will not stop. Tons more Dragon Ball topics. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super, Heroes, the video games. I'm going to try and play Legends this summer. Just, God, we ain't close to being done, folks, because this channel existed before Dragon Ball Super, and it will after. Plus, if Super does come back next year, we're going to be right where we're at before, covering the series every week and, you know, having a good time. You know, live streams, all that stuff will stay. It's going to be a blast. But at least now, I don't have to stay up till 6 in the morning getting spoilers. At least I get a little bit of a break on that. I can sleep a bit more this year. But don't forget, there will be tons of videos coming. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for 3 years supporting me, 500,000 subscribers. I love you all, even if you don't feel the same about me. It means a lot to me, and I will continue to do my best to make you happy and forget about the hard times in life that you may face, and kind of let that go, and just relax for just a few minutes a day here on the channel. So thank you. Long live Dragon Ball, and long live the Dragon Ball community.